Welcome to Talk of the Town, proudly brought to you by Uniquely Nelson. I'm your host, Chris Butler, and with me once again, Simon Duffy, General Manager of Uniquely Nelson.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Today we're coming to you from the amazing Mabin house on Knoll Street, Nelson. If you haven't even just been in for a look, you got to come. I don't know, do you do tours, Tina?
Yeah. We actually end up doing tours, don't we, Jess?
Yeah.
Every now and again, yeah.
I'm fascinated with the building and sort of like the wallpaper effects that we've gone.
It's
a
like
bit
having
nuts on.
going for a pan at Kew Gardens.
Yeah, exactly.
For the rooms, everything seems to
I
be a different
know,
style.
I know. It's just
amazing.
It's not
amazing.
really cohesive though.
We'll talk about that in more detail soon, but we must introduce you first. Before today, joining it is Tina Van Slot and Jess Hansen of Mabin House. Fantastic to have you here.
Yeah, it's sort of good to be here.
Never here. They work here.
Oh, we
We
come
always
to that.
do.
That's right. Yeah. What an amazing room, and you're really colourful and beautiful. And tell us about this room, because apparently this is where you come to chill.
So after massages,
Yes.
people get to come in here and chill out. Cup of tea, no wine. Oh, sometimes wine.
Sometimes the wine.
Sometimes wine, but definitely water and rehydration and a chucky.
Right.
Yeah.
And so basically, normally you come for your massage or treatment or whatever, and off you go. But the option is you can actually come and
Yeah,
Yeah,
so rather than
de-escalate a
being-
bit.
Rather
Yeah.
than being just kicked out at the end of it all, you actually get a moment to just decompress and just enjoy it a little bit,
Yeah.
just extend it a little bit more, and then
Yeah.
Nice soft
Mm.
music, and looks
Yeah.
like you have yourself a refreshment or a cup
We've got
of tea.
Nana's
or-
old china out, and
gonna
that
say.
always goes down a wee treat. People quite like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
it does remind them of sort of like the old times and going to Nana's house, and just just a wee treat. And they do love the wallpapers and
Yeah.
light and
Lovely
music
spot.
and- yeah.
So tell us about your background. So Tina, where do you originally hail from? Are you?
So I'm an old mock girl.
Oh, it's Motueka.
Yeah,
Right.
it's Motueka. Sort of grew up on an orchard. I
Yeah.
grew on an orchard with 3 brothers. I was the only girl.
Gee.
So I had 2 older brothers, 1 younger. We used to play in the mud, go biking, eeling, doing all the boy things that you can ever imagine. And doing girly things like now is like really not doesn't go with my character. My mum passed away about 23 years ago, previous to me doing this work.
Hmm.
And she would just be going, "You do what? You do beauty therapy?" I didn't even know I had eyebrows till I was 25. It's like, oh, eyebrows. Oh, look, So really doesn't it wasn't a natural transition to come into this sort of industry. But growing up in Mott was just so cool and very very countrified, real country girl at heart.
Motueka High.
Motueka High.
Yeah.
Went through sixth form, didn't really leave with any sort of ambition, just sort of muddled through life. Ended up having Jess quite as
Yeah.
a young mama.
yeah.
So
we
you're a
can- we-
Motueka
yeah,
girl
so
as well.
may have different last names, but
Yeah.
mum,
Yeah,
mum.
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
daughter.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that sort of put a spanner in the old spokes for my career path. So I ended up being a mum quite young, and just evolved. And
Which kind of leads us on to our next question is having worked on an orchard and driven a tractor and sprayed chemicals
Yes.
around the neighbourhood.
what, you or me?
You.
Yeah, I have.
I was the same. We lived in Upper Moochie next to orchards.
Very
There's
cool.
lots of spraying going
Yeah.
on. I wonder what was always going on. But anyway, how did you so having a child at a very young age, how did you get into health and beauty? Was it a natural progression, or suddenly woke up one day and said, I want to make people look beautiful?
Well, you didn't start training till I was about 19,
Right.
so
Yeah, I was late 30s when I decided to retrain, and the reason for it was I wanted to be self-employed. I wanted to be my own boss, was the number one. I wanted to earn my own money and do my own thing, not be told how to do it or when to do it and why. And I always had issues with skin as a young person, had massive amount of acne, and went through a hell of a time trying to get my skin sorted. And so when I saw that NMIT had a beauty therapy introductory course, was like a really basic 1-year course, I thought, and my other two children were a little bit older, so I thought, let's go and do that. And liked it, really enjoyed the whole social aspect of it, making people feel better and look
Yeah.
better. And so just got a job with the boss, I mean with the tutor, worked at her place in Nelson, and then it just sort of evolved. She closed. I still had clientele. I got my husband to build me a little basement, and just with the intention of like, I think I remember talking to you, Chris. I was like thinking, I just want to earn like a couple of $100 a week extra. That's all I want. I don't want to do anything too big. Just
I thought you meant you spoke to Chris about doing a lot of facial stuff. It's still
that's
ongoing.
Oh, I might have.
Guy.
You
probably should.
might have at the time.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that story,
Yeah.
but Jess, tell us about growing up in Motueka. So born and bred there, Motueka High as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I didn't have the competitive brothers and sisters that mum had,
Yeah.
because it was just me. And then they came along when I was maybe 10. or
The
so.
next kid.
Oh, the next kid.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So the next
that's-
generation.
That's when the competition kicked in.
Yeah, that's right.
But at least you were older.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was. I don't know really what to say about it. It's just a nice
So did
little
you,
town. Yeah.
So when you left high school,
Mm.
my high school as well,
Mhm.
did you follow your mother's path and
Heck
took your
no,
own path? and came
absolutely
back
not.
to-
No.
What did you go out?
So when mum trained, because like I said, it was about 18 or 19 at the time, I got guinea pigged on, and I could not think of anything worse. Like, why would anyone want to do this? This is
Oh,
awful.
guinea pig. I see what you're saying.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I see what you
should have a
mean.
guinea
Yeah.
pig farm in Mott. I
Yeah,
mean,
just hold still. I'm going to rub this.
Yeah,
on
I'm
your
just
face.
going to rip the hairs out of your body. And no, I just awful. Why would
Yeah.
anyone have
Yeah.
this?
Mm.
And then I think I studied several other things.
Like, what do you do? I can't remember.
I did it. I have a diploma in creative writing. I have a certificate in vet nursing. I have a
half a science degree.
half a science degree. I've got it.
Oh, ESOL? You
No, not completed. No,
No.
incomplete. Did a year at Teachers College. That was a no. So I think
Student debts. Yeah.
that's a whole other thing. And so I probably didn't commit to beauty therapy till I was maybe 28 or so.
Mm.
And over that period of time, mum taught me how to do stuff because she wanted it done for herself.
I need someone.
Yeah, right. That's true.
And then she wanted someone that could occasionally do her people if she was sick or something like that. So I just kind of like, resigned. I resigned myself to like, okay.
Reluctant, weren't you? You weren't
I
really that
was.
keen.
So all your training was from within, or did you go to an MIT?
I did go to NMIT. So
Yeah.
their program changed by then. So it was a 2-year diploma.
Okay.
So I went and did that. So I had some prior experience coming into it
Mm.
and doing it. And yeah, actually, it was a lot more, how to say, academic than I had thought it was going to be,
Mm.
which makes it more interesting.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
opposed to average one would get up, go to the bath in the morning, they did it and out.
Yeah,
Where
so
there's a lot more to
it wasn't makeup and nails.
Yeah.
There's more sciencey.
Science.
Yeah.
Make people feel good.
Yeah, and I always enjoyed, biology class, and I always enjoyed, those types of things. So once that kind of kicked in, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is an actually interesting field
Neat.
to be in,
Yeah.
and
And ever evolving, eh? So
Always
there's
changing.
always something changing.
huge
And always new things that you can sort of investigate and check out.
new technology.
Yeah.
Things you can actually really get your teeth into. But being a very practical learner, it kind of fits both those things because I yeah.
So when you did your course for a year and you did yours for at a more professional level for 2 years,
Yeah.
and teach mum things probably now. Do men do it? Always predominantly in those classes was
Yes, not often.
Not your regular bloke.
Not what you find on a farm in
No,
Moss.
not
Is
really.
that what you're saying?
No, not
But-
really.
To have a male in this industry, they actually perform incredibly at high levels
Mm.
the majority of the time.
What do you think that is? Is that because it's predominantly of female gender product and women are doing that?
I think women tend to care more about stuff. You know, they care more about what they look like, their skin, what's happening,
their well-being, in
their
general.
well-being in general. Men but like, oh, what? You know, oh yeah. Do I have like I said before, do I have eyebrows?
Chris, did we shave this morning? Who cares?
Yeah, well, that's right.
Oh, yeah, I suppose I could put some deodorant on.
Yeah, is there a
Whereas-
unicorn one going on? I don't know.
Yeah, we definitely have. There's more pressure for a woman to look or to. I mean, not that we don't.
But
want to.
within industry,
Yeah, true. I know.
is where we're going with that, I guess.
But I mean, you know, if guys aren't generally that person, why would they go into an industry anyway?
But I guess if they do, they're really interested. So I guess they're quite focused on
Yeah.
and love what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you gravitate towards those people because they tend to look after you really well.
Yeah. So Tina, you're a great story because you're right. You did come and see me. I remember you and a friend rang me up and said, "You do marketing sessions. Can we share it?"
Yeah, that's right.
And then eventually you said, "Actually, can I just come and see you by myself? I want to focus a bit more." And you were basically, as you pointed out, working out the basement of your house in a glen.
Yeah.
And we talked about all sorts of different ways of how not only to go attract customers, but to retain them and so on and so forth. And then tell us about that next step up, because Elliot, well, we called it Elliot House. It was a beautiful little house down the bottom end of Trafalgar Street.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, Arjun, your good man, he's a master joiner, builder. He's pretty good at all that, isn't he? And he's a draftsman as well.
Yeah, so he was a builder for 35 years. He tries not to do that anymore.
No, yeah.
But so he had built me a beautiful little basement place. And we used to have a separate entrance to that. So it was part of my home in a glen. And then I got really busy and I felt like I wouldn't mind taking it to the next step. And how was I going to do that? And so we found this gorgeous cottage on Elliott Street and Trafalgar Street, which had the potential to live and work there. And we made a front entrance, and he pretty much just made it sing, didn't he? So we made it cute, made it really appealing, and I had 3 working rooms. So I ended up having 2 people contracted me, and took it to the next level. And the reason we sold that place, because we were loving it and it was really awesome, but we'd already had this building here.
So you already own?
We already owned this building.
Oh, I didn't know that.
With the
Right.
anticipation of coming here.
Ah, right.
So there was a long lease on it. So the people that were previously in here had the right of lease till next year.
Yeah.
So we were waiting and anticipating, and they broke the lease. So we managed to get in there sooner. And
Are they running it as a
so it was called Women, which are just down the road, actually, great people. And so it was a weird situation because our competitors were our
that's
we were
right.
their landlords, so it was
That's
quite an
right.
unusual
I think
situation.
that happens quite often in Nelson.
Yeah.
It's a small village.
Yeah, but I mean it's great. So
But just the work Elliot Cottage was beautiful. It was so well done.
Yeah.
And but then to make this leap and put all the hard work and renovation and
We had on a shoestring too. We literally arrived in this building and it needed some beautiful updating, but because the bones of the building was amazing. So thank God. But
we just
had to
started
beautify it.
We just started with 2 rooms.
Yeah.
When was it built?
1863.
It's about the same age as our building.
Yeah.
That we work out of.
Yeah. So we literally didn't have any money. So when we arrived, we had it was just like during COVID.
Yeah, and it was,
really
I
tough.
remember that because it was a tough market, and I can't remember the circumstance. It could have
Yeah.
been around
Because I think you
going
came
into
up with this
COVID.
too.
Well, we came and had a chat because in a way it was like you made all this big investment,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden with the market drying up and then trying to bring the market back, it's like, well, what do we do now? You know, and you had a core of clients, but obviously it's a bigger beast to feed. But so we talked about going back to basics, remember what we used to do, and all of those kind of things. And I think then, you know, your reputation, the building itself, and the market, it kind of, you know, it organically came back anyway, didn't it?
Did.
And Jess, you were overseas, weren't you? Because for a little while, but your mum was hanging out for you to come back.
I was.
I helped her set up Elliot Cottage.
Yes, right.
And then
left.
I didn't want to just be Tina's daughter. Because that's what was happening. It's like I wanted to be my own person within this industry. So it just made sense to go and do something else for a while. And so, I did a circuit on the cruise ships and spent maybe a year and a half in Melbourne. And then you said that
I was advertising for a new client, and because Jess had done that diploma in creative writing, I said, Jess, can you help me write a script for, you know, I wanted to advertise to get a new, sorry, not a new client, a new colleague, a new therapist to hire. And she was writing this lovely looking thing. And she's like, that actually sounds like me. I won't come home and visit.
This is perfect for me.
So
Did your own CV?
But it wasn't straight away. It was like
she didn't have to apply, did she?
Well, lucky pairs.
I had contacts.
She had contacts.
The police check worked out okay. Back you go.
And so it was very cool, but it wasn't. It
wasn't 100%, but
no,
it
wasn't
too far off.
That's great.
We're going to jump around these questions, which is what we do.
It's cool.
Because we've answered quite a bit. But if someone asked me what you offer here, I'd think of what comes with with a salon, with beauty and therapy and so forth. But what's your point of difference? What do you offer here at Mabin House? What's besides this beautiful house? And this is a stunning show. I mean, when I first walked in here about 4 years ago, you've come a long way.
Yeah, sure.
What's it when you first started? What's evolved into now? What do you think those key things are?
Well, the key things are we really love building relationships, and for us, it's like it's
not about just the service.
It's not about them and
itself. It's about the getting to know this person,
the relationship,
and then the next time you see them, how's your holiday?
Yeah.
How's your kid doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember you talking about this thing last time. It's that whole like
building.
You know some of these people for years. I mean, some of them have been seeing you for 10 plus easily.
Yeah.
So I think that's quite massive, actually.
Absolutely, in any business.
For that. But if we're talking services, then I guess it's the
well, it's weird because we do actually do a lot of generic stuff that everybody else does, but I mean, we have our own way of doing something. So it's like
like I can say we do a facial, but our facial is not going to be the same as that facial or that one. Because we have these little details, I guess, that we put into these treatments. That
personal touch.
So you got the traditional health and beauty products, health and beauty services and products, massage as well. You go across those spectrums. Is there anything else that you do that is quite a bit different to the others? You've got one or two services
we're lucky
that are quite.
We have a high-tech laser machine.
Yes.
So that in itself is huge. So it's a candela, and so we can do lots of cool stuff with that. So lots of sciencey. So we work on people's obviously hair removal. As long as it's not grey or white, we can remove. We can
counts us out then.
But I guess it's like most people when they think when they think laser, they do think hair removal, but we can say like cherry angiomas. If you've seen the little red dots that
Oh, yeah,
appear,
yes, right.
we can treat those in a heartbeat. Venous lakes. You can
What's that?
see people that walk around with this big purple thing on their lip.
Yeah, right.
We can treat that.
It's called a Venus lake.
Yeah,
Venous lake.
crazy. Yeah,
Can treat that within a couple of sessions.
Yeah.
Broken capillaries, we can do those.
but pigment spots, not just freckles, but
Fungal toenails.
yeah.
We
crazy.
can treat
Oh,
fungal.
here we go.
Yeah.
So sorted now.
I know it
So,
doesn't sound very glamorous and beauty, is it?
I've got fungal toenails.
we can treat them really effectively without actually messing with someone's
Yeah.
body too much.
Yeah, so that's quite a
Definitely.
unique thing.
Yeah.
Does it sort of like sun damage, like sunspots, those kind of?
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, wow.
Yep.
Oh, here we go. I must.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can hang out the whole day. You can hang out
Yeah,
How
that's
big's
right.
how big's the laser?
That's right.
And then constant upskilling and upgrading education, upgrading the
Mm.
training. So it's never a stagnant
No,
okay, we
never
know this
evolving.
now.
Yeah.
We will never do more education. So all the time, constantly updating the education and these
Is that sometimes called the
protocols.
product, what you would have applied, say, 10 or 15 years ago, 20 years ago, to, say, a woman's face, that product has changed in such a way because of what's new and up and coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So things are done in a different way.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And if you find,
100%.
I find this quite interesting because what you would have done 20 years ago to what you're doing now with the products you apply to another
Mhm.
person, what have you seen the main, does it stay longer, looks better, does?
I
More
think
sciencey.
more powerful,
Yeah.
far more powerful products available, but also requires a lot more training
Training, yeah.
to not do something bad
right.
to someone.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're really ingredient focused now, so we know what ingredients can help with certain things.
Yeah.
But we're also fighting against the whole advertising world. So we've got people that buying off a supermarket shelf a $4
Yeah.
product that says it's going to do all
All
this
this.
amazing.
Has
Yeah.
the right words. They're
And
using
right
the
words, right
yeah.
marketing,
Marketing.
Right advertising. Yeah.
Marketing people.
Yeah, we're selling a product for, for example, $120.
Mm.
And like, why would I pay $120 when I can get this $4 product? So it's about
that
education.
has the same words on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has exactly the same words, but so why is this? So we become accountable. So we actually have a thing called a skin diagnostic machine. It's an Observe, and we can pop you under this, and it's like quite scary because it's going to give us the truth. So it can take 6 different levels of photos. It can look at your oils, your pores, your pigment, your vascular problems, skin health, pretty much. And then we can prescribe products.
Mm.
And then we can go and
Yes.
revisit in say 6 months' time and take another shot of this. And we can do it like a curtain, we can layer the
Side by
photos
side,
on top of it.
basically. Yeah.
And then we can do a curtain effect and actually see the results
Results.
of those ingredients that we've been prescribing you. And so we become more accountable for that. Whereas it used to be more like, oh, it smells nice and it feels
Yeah.
good. So therefore,
And
this
it's like,
okay.
I think you look better.
I think it'd be better.
Yeah.
Chris, what are we doing for the rest of the day?
I
I wouldn't
don't
mind
know.
it. I should-
It's
Rather than going,
it's going to take a week, Simon. I think.
Week.
With all the things we've got to deal with.
Yeah, you're right. Actually.
Yeah, but what it is though is just
Yeah.
making us more accountable for rather than just here, this will make you look good
Good.
and
Yeah.
you'll be fine. We can actually we carry a lot of responsibility with that.
Mm.
and also
So-
on the flip side, it makes our people more accountable for doing what they're told.
You do.
Yeah. So if you haven't been using the thing like I've told you,
Good shit.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So there you go.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that's the point of
Accountability.
difference.
So both sides.
And the other thing that strikes me, Tina, is that when you used to come and see me, it was just you.
Mm.
Now there's this team.
This team,
There's
yeah.
this team,
Yeah.
and in this beautiful place,
Yeah.
and the uniforms now.
Yeah.
I noticed everyone wearing a uniform, and
Yeah.
so tell us about the team.
The team are all just great, like a little family, really. I'm sort of still the mother. But yeah, they have been with us for quite a while, which says something.
Is it 9 staff?
Sorry, what was that?
including ourselves.
Including yourself, not
Yeah.
about 9 staff.
Yeah, about 9 of us, and most of our girls are full time. We've got a couple of part timers from NMIT, but great, all under 30, all amazingly enthusiastic, really supportive.
Little sponges. Yeah.
Yeah, like little sponges.
So is
we-
there's still that connection with NMIT, so they
Yeah.
still do the course and actually have tapped into that
Yeah.
to use that as a bit of a,
One of our previous staff is now their science tutor.
oh wow,
yeah, so
Okay.
she was headhunted and they grabbed her. They
science
Dragged
tutor.
back.
Gee,
They
yeah.
grabbed her, but I mean, we were all for it. We think it was amazing.
Suits her so
suits
well,
her, yeah.
but it's also a little bit like,
Damn it, she was so good.
Now they're taking back off you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
But-
Well, that's good. That's good. That connection, isn't it?
yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's a really caring sort of industry. We, we look after a lot of people. So we really make sure we look after our girls. So it's really important that our girls are, we give them a lot of respect, give them a lot of information. We really try and help them in their journey and where they want to go with this industry. Because I mean,
Keep it interesting.
So
Yeah,
what
good,
happens
yeah.
with their own health and beauty needs? Do they?
Oh yeah,
Do you have to lock the door
oh,
one
no,
day
no.
and say, right?
No, they have no problem sorting themselves out.
Is that right?
They're fine.
They're able
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
They're able to find the time and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can
yeah.
do it like for an 8-hour day. But I mean, if they've
Yeah.
got some gaps,
Yeah.
we go, no, off you go and do something nice, exchange it.
okay.
So
right.
there's a limit to how much we let them doing.
Yeah,
yeah,
By the
yeah,
same
yeah.
token, yeah, go on,
Yeah.
go on.
Right.
have
Yeah.
And
some
so they'll
different-
treat
thing
each
is,
other. Is that,
yeah,
does
the
that help?
majority
Yeah.
of the time though, we don't choose nice things for ourselves.
So it's
We choose the really meaty.
the more maintenance stuff. Oh, I suppose I need
Like,
that.
oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing this,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Oh, what do I do?
Tennis.
Tennis came to my brain. Yeah, I'm a big tennis player. I love
Oh.
tennis. I play. I just started my first interclub game last night. I didn't win, but that's okay.
I don't think
thanks
she's
for
got
fun.
over it yet.
Yeah, let's
Threw down the racket, stormed off.
No, it was a good game though.
Yeah.
I've challenged myself and I've gone up a division, so I'm in a Div 1 competitive sort of range. But so I am with people that are way younger than me. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, right.
Way younger. Playing against them, so they've got better knees than me. So, but I'm still gonna give them a bit of a run for their money.
That's good. Where's that? Is that Nelson or where do
So
you?
I belong to Huna.
To Huna,
so
right.
I play a lot of so interclub on a Wednesday night and a Monday. And apart from that, I love tramping. So just
Oh.
been to the Apple Tasman with my best buddy. We just done a 3-night tramp in there. Stayed at our Royal Lodge a couple of nights. We took in a bottle of Scrumpy and a bottle of Baileys.
Baileys,
We
yeah.
tramped in with that. So we
It's thirsty work.
it was
you know,
pretty good. No,
You
no,
put the survival food aside. Just
Yeah.
make sure you get the.
Get the base.
priorities. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. But yeah, love tramping. Love walking the dog. Got a beautiful little retriever. Her name's Chili Bean.
Chili bean,
Chili Bean.
chili bean.
So what do you like to do, Jeff?
Yeah.
And
Oh, my life revolves around my dog.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've got a little.
And what's its name?
So her name's Ludo,
Oh, okay.
and
So it might be a food name again.
no, but do
Yeah.
do like
Ludo,
tuck her in
yeah.
like a little burrito.
Yeah.
Like little Jack Russell, and we started doing agility classes maybe 6
Oh.
months a year ago. She's great at it. I've got to learn how to run now.
Okay.
We should
Yeah.
get Russell.
Yeah, yeah.
you
So
should
she goes. She loves it, and then I run out of breath trying to direct her along the things.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
actually like we enjoyed it. Yeah,
Oh, good.
but that's my life. Yeah, work and dog.
So you guys got a business in the heart of this, well, the heart of Nelson.
Yeah.
Here within the city. What do you enjoy about Nelson? What attracts you to Nelson?
Well,
You've travelled and things, and what are your thoughts of, where you'd like to see Nelson in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years?
I think returning to Nelson really came down to the family being here.
Mm. Yep.
Had my family moved somewhere else,
Mm.
I would have gone to where they are.
Yeah.
I think.
For me, Nelson is it's small enough to feel like it's a community, but large enough to feel like it gives what you need in
What you need,
a
yeah.
little city. And you know, I love the walks around here. I love biking. I love the beaches. I just yeah. Unfortunately, the shops are a bit sad at the moment. I feel like there's a bit of closure and stuff happening, but the shops that are there are really good, and most of them are sort of you know, unique and boutique-y.
Because that's our point of difference.
Yeah,
the food
exactly.
culture here is great.
Yeah.
The food culture.
Food culture, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another, it's an, you know, and
Yeah.
the events that are coming to Nelson.
Yeah, exactly.
It's interesting, people, it's funny because there's always this comparison between us and our cousins that, you know, 13 kilometres away.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
That one there, and the, you know, the likes of, you know, certain complex closing down a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
What was interesting is the shops that came out of there and looked for other places around town there wasn't, we are in a better position now, post-COVID than we were pre-COVID with 4 leases.
Wow.
It's quite interesting
Yeah.
because, you know, the town's a bit, but I think that's in general right across not just New Zealand, but globally. You know, COVID was such a paradigm shift for everybody, especially in business, And we just, you know, and this winter's been hard, you know, but that discretionary spend hasn't been there for a lot of people.
Yep, we've got that.
Yep.
We have
and it's right
felt
across
it.
the board, you know, people
But
pulled in, but
what we've also noticed is people will give up a lot of things, but they will not give up their eyebrows.
I like that.
Right. You can give up a lot of things, not your eyebrows. Yeah.
And just
Just the little things that make them go, oh yeah, okay, I've done the thing for
I
me.
can get that done. And those, they need to come out.
Not a lot of money to be made on the eyebrows.
No, but
Is that
Not
right?
all about the money.
But that's the first sell.
but it's one of those things that it's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
And from our point of view, from Uniquely Nelson, your marketing, we've cut back on certain aspects of our marketing, and we're very much digital. We're very much with our different platforms and with our membership and showing what we're doing for them. What's for you, you have a large database or a database? Yep. So where do you see yourself as far as your marketing goes for you?
It is
From what you're doing 3 or 4 years ago to what you're doing now. Would be a better way of putting it.
okay. Yeah. So we've been experimental, I guess. So we've gone through. So we had Barb for so many years, and then she's gone off and done her own thing.
She is.
And then that kind of put us in a position of, okay, it's change is upon us, so we need to go try something. And so then we did try with a company and went purely kind of social media digital.
Yep.
And there was some positive to that, but it just wasn't what you would think it would be.
Yep.
And so we have scaled back to a more boutique service. So we do have a marketing person that we work with.
Yep. And
we are, I guess, trying to do things more organically. So if it's social media, it's an organic post. It's not a sponsored, paid for thing. And we've learned over time, the more we put ourselves into those things, the more responsive people are.
Yeah, people seem
But the
like
personality, putting
people behind that.
Yeah. So and then we use things like MailChimp, e-news, that kind of thing to keep things informed. Otherwise, most of it is in-house. So it's things that we pop at a reception desk. Things we do that. So, and I think we do a little bit in Nelson Mag. It's hard to know sometimes what's coming from that, but
we used to just be very willy-nilly about where we were advertising with no real gauge. People just ring us up and you feel almost a little bit not sorry for them, but like, okay, we'll do advertise with you with no real
with no real goal in mind. So I guess the difference.
Okay, my question: do you have a 12-month marketing plan?
I have a business coach that talks us through all these things now.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Great.
we're starting to work on next year's.
Having a plan.
Just
even to have a loose plan to start with and go from there.
Yeah, we having the business coach has actually been a bloody
game changer.
Investment. Because we are still on the tools. We're doing a lot of work. We grew with clients still, and then to try and do everything else on top of that was was like really hard basket.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
always tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
tomorrow it's like, oh,
It's like when we got in here, we were still small and we grew quite suddenly,
Mhm.
and then kind of went, oh gosh,
Yeah,
Think-
yeah, what
think-
got left behind.
things are out of control.
Yeah.
yeah.
Help.
I think it's very brave to have be in business, and especially Nelson, the boutique offering in our businesses, and there's, like I call Ma and Pa's sort of thing,
Yeah.
where a lot of people work corporate and they'll have an IT department, they'll have a marketing department, they'll have all those different departments, and you look at yourselves, you're all those departments, and where's your strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah.
What do I need to catch up on? And it is a skill, and it does take but from when I first came in here, 3 or 4 years ago, it feels different. And you guys feel you're now in a better space. Yeah. And great family working together.
Yeah, it's really cool.
We
Love
are
it.
still on speaking terms. Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, really appreciate your time. I
Great.
tell your story to lots of people because, just the determination that you've gone through, and you've gone through the highs and lows, and you've ridden the market, but that persistence and that hard work and how it's paid off. And, especially if someone's just starting out in business and they might be in a similar field, I'll tell your story. So it's actually a bit of a story of hope that
Cool.
if you keep hanging in there and you keep persisting, it will happen. And it's hard work, but it will happen. So I've got to say well done to you, Tina, and you especially, Jess, because I think you brought another dimension to it
Definitely.
as well. So congratulations and well done. It's
Thanks.
it's
Thank you.
fantastic.
You both talk with
Yeah.
passion. People, I think that's one word that's under. You speak with passion, and that comes across.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's an important part of any business. So well done.
Thank you so
That's
much.
great.
Thank
That's
you
awesome.
for having us. A heartfelt thank you to Tina and Jess. You can find this podcast along with others at uniquelynelson.co.nz and talknelson.co.nz, and also on Spotify on Uniquely Nelson. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to join us next time for more from Talk of the Town. This is Chris Butler and Simon Duffy signing off. Until next time, Nelson.
Stay beautiful. You always say Uniquely Nelson. No, stay beautiful.